Good morning. I thought we'd have some fun today doing some moxibustion. And so this is a little technique that I'm going to demonstrate today. And yeah, I just thought healing can be fun. Let's just have more fun healing, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you on my arm here moxibustion on a point right here called triple warmer 9, also known as triple energizer 9, sanjiao 9, triple burner 9. It goes by a few names. And so this point is one of its functions. It can treat lateral hip pain. So a few days ago, kind of out of nowhere, I had some right-sided lateral hip pain. And so I thought, you know, this point's a little bit tender. This point will treat my my right hip. So I thought, let's do some moxibustion here, and I'm just going to show you how this goes. So first of all, this is Japanese moxa wool. Now some of this is is the Gold Mountain moxa here, this beautiful golden colored moxa. And you can see there's two colors here. This is not the Gold Mountain. This is a lesser quality moxa. I don't really like using it, but there it is. So today we're going to use the Gold Mountain. It rolls up very well, so we have to make the moxa into little cones like this, and these little cones are going to get placed on the skin, and then we're going to light them with an incense stick, and they're going to burn down. My skin is going to be protected with this what's called purple cloud cream, and yeah, that's how it's going to go. So normally what I'd be doing is I'd be rolling the moxa into little cones. So I've already gone ahead and done that. So here are my moxa rolls. So this is what we call rice grain moxa. It's supposed to be about the size of a grain of rice. It's a little bit bigger, but that's fine. So I'm going to show you here. So how do I find this point? If you're doing this at home, and this is advanced technique I'm going to show you, but if you've got just a regular moxa stick, you can do this with a stick on yourself for your hip pain. So this triple warmer channel, it treats the opposite side gallbladder channel. So the lateral hip, that's the gallbladder channel. So my pain was on the right side, so I'm going to use my left arm for this. And how I'm going to find the point is I'm going to do, so this is my elbow crease right here, you can see. And then I'm going to go 4 fingers down from the elbow crease, okay? And halfway between the ulnar bone and the radial bone here, 4 fingers down, I'm going to find a little depression right in here. Now that's a bit tender when I press, and that's also kind of diagnostic. So this tells me this is going to be a pretty good point for me to use. So that's why we're doing it today. Now it's kind of a large area. We could say maybe the size of a nickel, maybe in some people it'd be like the size of a quarter area that we could do this if we find there's, you know, a lot of tenderness here. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark our point, but we're going to add in this purple cloud ointment. This is going to protect my skin from getting burned. So I'm going to put a little bit of that on here. Okay. Now I'm going to put the moxa cone right on top like that. It's going to stand straight up. And then I'm going to take my incense and I'm going to light it here on my little flame Okay, it doesn't need to be burning. And then I'm going to just light my cone. There we go. Now you're going to watch, it's going to burn down. So this is a heat treatment. It's a way of stimulating this point using heat. Other ways we can stimulate points, obviously we can use an acupuncture needle. If you'd rather see me do needle techniques, you can let me know in the comments below. Today I thought I would just show you some moxa technique. Okay, now so this cone is going to stay on here. Eventually I'm going to take it off, but right now I'm going to keep it on there because the heat is still going into the point. Now the heat from the moxa is going to penetrate deep down. I'm going to put a little bit more cream there. I'm going to add another cone right beside it. And let's light that one up. It's kind of fun to watch. Yeah, so this is advanced technique. So you wouldn't be doing this on yourself at home in this way. You know, at school we spent weeks learning this technique. We had to practice moxibustion on paper for a long time until we were able to never burn the paper, right? Because if you can do it on paper and not burn the paper, then you can start practicing on skin, right, and not burn your skin. So we did it on paper first, then we had to do it on ourselves. And then, you know, once we've mastered it, we can start to do it on patients. So here we go. I'm just going to keep going with this moxa. Now this will work whether your hip pain is, you know, bursitis, whether it's tendonitis, arthritis. It's really, this point is really about the location of the pain being on the lateral hip. So if it's frontal or it's more posterior at the back, this is not the point. Okay, so this is just for opposite side lateral hip pain. So left arm treating the right hip and the right arm treating the left hip. Okay, now I'm going to start just taking out my cones. Now, what you're going to want a little place to kind of put your cones. So I just put them on a little paper towel here. And get some more moxa cream. Now, you may not feel the heat from this. You start to feel, after a few cones, you start to feel a little bit of kind of just a tingling sensation as the point is getting stimulated. And then with more cones, you start to feel a little bit of the warmth. Now, sometimes, certain points, you can do many cones and not feel any heat. And that's actually diagnostic as well. It's showing there's a great deficiency in that area, in that channel. And so it means that you need to do more moxa. And with repeated moxa treatments, eventually you'll be able to feel the heat sooner. And that's a sign that the energy is building up. This means we're getting some good results from doing this. This is about my fourth here. Now typically on a point, we would usually do at least 3 to 7 cones here. Normally, I would be doing, for a moxa treatment like this, I would be doing usually several points at once, and I kind of just bounce between maybe 3 or 4 points that would help with this issue. So another point that I could be using also for this right lateral hip pain is on the inside of my elbow, on this area here called heart 3, and on me it is a little bit, is some tenderness right in there. So I could be doing that, and then I'd be bouncing around while this one is burning. I could be doing another one here, like that. Yeah, so this is a technique that goes back thousands of years, really. Grow this moxa wool in, I believe this one is from Japan. They also grow it in Korea. And yeah, and then they turn it into this wool. So it's a plant, it's a moxibustion, it's Artemisia root, and then it's cultivated and turned into wool. So you do want to, so I do have to be watching the moxa because it starts to, it can start to get a little bit hot. So I always have to make sure that I'm paying attention here. A little bit more purple cloud. Now, if you do burn yourself, you're not going to be doing this at home unless you're maybe you're an acupuncturist and you're already trained in this sort of technique. Otherwise, you're not going to be doing this at home. But if there is any skin damage or burn, purple cloud ointment actually is a burn treatment. So it's kind of built right into the whole technique, which is great. Yeah, so I made this purple cloud ointment several years ago. So it's made out of a couple of different herbs. One of them is purple cloud, which gives it this red color. Now, normally it would actually be much darker, be like much brighter, sort of reddy purple color. But because it was my first time making it, I used too much beeswax to thicken it, and now this is getting really thick here, so I'm just going to take them all off. And then I had to add more sesame oil to unthicken it. So I ended up with kind of a more diluted purple cloud cream. It still works it still does the job, but maybe not as great for if there was a burn. But it's very rare that happens. I've never had it happen. So yeah, well that is moxibustion. So I would do 3 to 7 cones minimum on probably 3 or 4 different points. But just to show you for today, so the triple warmer channel treats the gallbladder channel because they share a relationship. So one channel heals the other channel and vice versa. The gallbladder channel also treats the triple warmer channel. So they are called Shao Yang. So the triple warmer is Shao Yang of the arm, and the gallbladder where the hip pain is Shao Yang of the foot or the leg. So so that's why I'm doing this. And yeah, so let me know if you would like more videos on this kind of technique. It's kind of a little, yeah, I thought maybe just make it a little more fun, maybe more like sort of like a fireside chat about health, and yeah, stay tuned for more.